Red shirts raising awareness, a mural painted even in the rain. Today, many came out to combat drugs and give hope to those who may be addicted. The 22nd annual March Against Violence and Drugs focused on opioid painkiller abuse prevention. The group marched within 3 blocks of the courthouse lawn, and today was about the community taking a stand against drugs here in Billings, even those who have gone through treatment and recovered can be a good example to everyone.
Even young people who don't take drugs, they need to see models. And even sometimes a good role model is somebody who has gone through recovery. For us to be out here in this is actually maybe symbolic too, that, hey, this is serious stuff. When drugs come into a family and destroys a family, it's cold-hearted stuff. So we're willing to stand out in the cold, and show the community that we care.
Human trafficking, bullying, and alcohol abuse prevention have been some of the issues in past years for the March Against Drugs and Violence. Turning now to weather with Rob Griggs. This rain meant some snow up in the mountains.
It sure did. Glad to see that the marchers were out there today for such a great cause. And folks up on the Beartooth Pass got turned around at the state line, Wyoming and Montana, because of snow on the Wyoming side. So let me show you what happened in Red Lodge. I got this nice picture from Stephen Vale. That's the clinic there in Red Lodge this morning. You can see some wet snow on the ground. Yes. June, summertime in Montana. This is from my friend Tracy Glenn. He just lives just a little south of Billings and saw some wet snow falling as well, so he sent that picture in. Now you can see right now in the area with the radar satellite composite, still some snow showers falling up there on the Beartooth Ozarkas, also over in the Bighorns above 6,000 feet. You know, you figure Burgess Junction is right around 8,000 feet. Bozeman Pass is 5,700 feet. Of course, the Beartooth Pass topping out over 10,000 feet. So we'll see these rain showers changing to snow showers in the higher elevations, but things are starting to clear up in Billings nicely. So we'll take a complete look at the Sunday and beyond forecast in just a little bit. Zoe.
All right, Rob. Well, even the rain didn't stop many from enjoying the 28th annual Strawberry Festival in downtown Billings today. Nearly 130 vendors brought their food, crafts, and other goods to the streets near Sky Point. Unfortunately, some of the entertainment was canceled because of the rain, which could damage some of the instruments. But of course, the chefs stuck to the plan and made the traditional strawberry shortcake.
We kind of want people to feel at home here just as they do in their neighborhood. So this kind of helps them feel that way and navigate the streets a little better by walking them. This is our largest street fair of the year, and I think that people just love a chance to come out and play. We want people to come down and enjoy the downtown environment.
It's a good turnout, even though it rained. And the Downtown Billings Alliance starts this year's live events with the Alive After 5 and the Strawberry Festival, and also holds the last one of the year with the Harvest Fest. The Playhouse Parade raffle raises money to help at-risk youth, and this year's playhouses have been on display at the Rimrock Mall. Q2's David J. reports on the celebration and drawing to give away the houses.
Universal Lending, our first ever puppy playhouse.
Link Construction, little gone skiing house.
Harry and Karen Leahy, Jackson & Iverson Insurance, the Gnome Home.
West End Exchange Club, they always do the big kid playhouse with the backyard patio set.
Otis Creek Construction, Andrew Zimmerman, a good solid outdoor playhouse.
Playhouse Parade gives away the 5 houses.
When people answer and they hear that they actually won out of the thousands of tickets that are sold, they're delighted.
She knew exactly where she had put her tickets in that bucket, the little white one with the black trim, she said. And so, yeah, she was pretty excited.
They have 5 playhouses here at the mall. 4 of them any child would probably enjoy. And then they've got the big kid playhouse, which they've had around for a few years now.
Some people didn't want a playhouse, and people kept saying that they didn't want to buy tickets, and I could understand that. So we came up with something that anybody would want to win.
The Playhouse raffle helps several nonprofits.
Family Tree Center, Young Families Early Head Start, Habitat for Humanity, Road Dogs Christmas Toy Run, Backpack Meals Program, Tumbleweed, and the West End Exchange Club.
Don Floberg and Rimrock Mall started this in the late 90s. That's the mission that Don and Rimrock Mall wanted when they started this. One of our missions is to spread that awareness so those in need can also find these organizations.
David J., MTN News, Billings.
Thank you, David. And David says in 17 years, the Playhouse Parade has raised about $700,000. Well, people from Montana and beyond put on their running shoes this morning for the Governor's Cup race in Helena. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian has more on the annual event.
More than 2,000 runners filled the streets of Helena Saturday for the annual Montana Governor's Cup road races.
Everyone had a great time. A lot of smiling faces crossing the finish line.
For the second year in a row, the first runner across the line was Missoula native Mark Messmer, who won the men's half marathon in a record time. Runners from the Helena area saw strong success. Mike Kaiser of Montana City took first place in the men's marathon.
Everything just felt like it was clicking today, you know. It just kept holding strong through all the miles and held it together, so it was a good day.
The top finisher in the women's marathon was Helena's Betsy Ross.
Well, it's always exciting to win in your hometown, the hometown event. So I'm really proud of that. And I've never won at the Governor's Cup. I've always gotten third place. And so this is kind of fun for me to actually win a race.
The biggest group of runners took part in the 5K race. One of them was Tracy Thompson, who brought her kids along in strollers.
You know, it's fun to take them. It adds a little bit of a challenge navigating the big old strollers through there. But it was a lot of fun, and to see how much she enjoyed it running parts herself, it was fun.
While there were a few raindrops throughout the area, runners said the conditions were actually ideal. This was the second year the Governor's Cup served as the primary fundraiser for the Caring Foundation of Montana. The foundation works to improve access to vaccines and other preventive health services.
People ran for their health, but they also ran for the health of others today.
Organizers say they're proud to offer an event that's open to those of all ages and skill levels.
It's a great event. It's a great way to start summer, and it's a great way for families and friends to get out, get a run in, promote health and fitness.
In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Thanks, Jonathan. Now, organizers say this year's Governor's Cup included runners from at least 36 U.S. states and 3 countries. Well, if you want to make a great meal, you need great ingredients. But what do you do if you can't find those ingredients? As MTN's Chet Lehman tells us, in the case of this one family, they started a business to make it themselves.
Folks in southwest Montana looking for quality oils, vinegars, and seasonings have found this to be a destination for years. But those products don't start here. They actually start a couple miles away. Recently, this organization was recognized nationally for a couple of the products they make. But before we find out about all of that, we got to know, how do you say the name?
So it's technically said Olivelle. We say Olivelle, Olivelle, Target, Target. We don't care as long as you're calling us.
I guess I'll call them Olivelle then. And people have been calling them regularly for the past 13 years. Lack of choice, the reason Thompson and her mom started this whole process.
We were unhappy with the quality of products that were available in the industry, and so we started buying raw goods that we knew were of high quality, and we started making our own products. And now we make over 150 products right here in Bozeman, Montana.
And those products no longer just available here in Bozeman.
Right now we have about 65 wholesale stores across the country. We just opened our first store in Oslo, Norway. We have a few stores up in Canada. We work with mom and pop stores that are really focused on customer experience and customer service. And then we set them up with our entire oil and vinegar on tap cask system. And then we sell them all the goods so that they can give their customers an experience within their store.
150 products, all packed by hand, and all focused on one thing: quality. As we mentioned earlier, that quality recently recognized by the Specialty Food Association, not once, but twice.
We won the Best New Vinegar of 2019 for our vine-ripened raspberry balsamic vinegar. There was over 2,500 products. It's kind of like a food Grammy. We also, not just one award, but we won a second one for our black garlic infused sea salt. They're flavor changers in the kitchen. It's phenomenal.
The work continues. More stores coming online, a strong online presence, and new flavors coming soon. All with the Olivelle name. Near Bozeman, Chet Lehman.
All right, thanks. Olivelle is the only company in the country using high-quality premium extra virgin olive oil to make its infused oils. Now, the factory is located on the frontage road between Bozeman and the airport. Well, stay with us. More to come on the 5:30 news. We learn about the long-billed curlew bird after the break in this week's Outdoor Report and how researchers are learning more about them. And the stars are out in the Magic City Class B All-Star Game, and offensive fireworks alive and well on this rainy day.
You're watching MTN News with Zoe Zandora, Storm Tracker Weather with Rob Griggs, and Sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 5:30 news on Q2. Montana's news leader.